Plus, the federal government's national survey on drug use shows a slight increase in marijuana use among young people. We'll blow this way out of proportion straight ahead. And finally, triple threat Chris Brown, that's abuser, singer, dancer, gets 95 out of 117 parking tickets dismissed by a judge. The shocking story that I'm sorry I won't be a part of. Greg?
Sorry. Thanks, Andy.
Happy sewing machine day, Greg.
You are aware, Andy, that I sew all my own clothes.
Of course I'm aware, Greg. How many nights did we spend in front of the fire? You with your needle and thread, me with my loot.
It's just a shame you never wore anything that I made for you.
Yeah, well, for some reason, you always made everything really tight.
Well, Andy, if you're going to work out, why hide the results? That singlet I made for you out of mesh seemed like a waste of time.
Look, not hiding the results is one thing. Not being able to walk is another.
That was the point, Andy. Oh, well, I've moved on. I'm currently sewing a Snuggie for my good friend Fabio.
Wow, you're going to need a lot of material for that.
Cheap shot, Andy, and you're wrong because it's a shorty Snuggie.
Well, I meant because of his muscle, so it wasn't a cheap shot. But more importantly, I love that you're playing with the form of the Snuggie. Like all your best work, it raises questions of essentialness and necessity. Some may call it jejune, Greg, but I would argue that that merely exposes their own jejuneness.
If you prefer to call it that, Andy.
I prefer to celebrate your work, Greg, and the critics be damned.
Well, no need to swear, Andy. And it's time to move on. Let's welcome our guest. Well, she's so hot, just saying her name will char your tongue. I'm here tonight with Meet the Boss.TV reporter Annika Gilligan. From now on, you will be known as Annika. And if keen intelligence were an IKEA bunk bed, he would fall apart in your bedroom after 6 months. It's Kurt Loder, Reason Magazine and Reason.com contributor. His fantastic new book, I say fantastic because I haven't read it, on 21st century movie reviews called The Good, the Bad, and the God-Awful, comes out November 8th. Buy it. And he's considered the missing link between man and shrub. It's our repulsive sidekick, Bill Schultz. And he's tougher than a beef jerky and peanut brittle sandwich on week-old sourdough bread. Sitting right next to me, Mike Baker, former CIA operative and president of Diligence, the makers of fine Italian leather chaps, home pregnancy tests, and novelty raccoon hats. For all your leather chap, home pregnancy test, and novelty raccoon hat needs, think Diligence. Diligence. We're not just a front for toppling small countries.
That's Diligence.
Yes. And he reports from the left, which is why he lacks heft. It's our New York Times correspondent. Good to see you again, Pitcho.
Today, conservative columnist David Brooks says of Obama's job plan, quote, Republicans would be wise to work with him to make his ideas more effective. And now, a dramatic recreation of what House Speaker John Boehner just heard me say. All the news that's fit to print, yeah.
Wow.
Had a little fun there, Greg.
You did have a little fun.
I like
there.
that fun.
Emphasis on little. So are they planning an attack to get us back? Well, it's another alert on our day of hurt. U.S. officials warning of a potential al-Qaeda strike on the 10th anniversary of 9/11 in the form of